Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are all doing well. And let's get started. It's gonna be probably pretty long stream actually. We'll see, about 2 or 3 hours. Depends if you consider that long or short. That's not up to me to judge. Wait, here's some question that I couldn't see yet. So let's see. Starbrand Studio. Hello there, sir. How are you doing? And we have a question. So let's see. Fancy, if you wait, do I have comments enabled on stream? Are gonna be no, I don't. Okay, now they're gonna be displayed properly. But let's actually read what we had here. So, Stormland Studio, if you get a chance, do you have any video making sprite sheets? You probably don't mean sprite sheets, you probably mean texture maps combined. Combine all the materials into one sheet. Yeah, I know what you mean. Don't think it's called sprite sheet. Sprite sheet is usually when you have like a animation of one character in a row. It's usually what you would consider a spreadsheet. You always miss the streams and get them at the end. I am glad you managed to catch it today. So thank you for joining. I'm starting quite a bit later today, so that probably helps. All right, good day to you too. So, to answer your question, it's actually pretty straightforward. So, how you can, I don't have a video dedicated to it, but it should be pretty fairly straightforward. So you have imagine this is a texture, right? Wait, the camera is here. This is your block of texture, 1-on-1. My camera is distracting me. There we go. Got your block texture, camera on 1-on-1. And you just want to for different models, you want to tell them which part of this UV map of this texture should it be using. So, for example, if you have a simple color textures, that's usually the easiest when you have just a you can see it in Fansi packs. When you have a 3D models that use just very simple colors when showing up somewhere, then let's say you have here a 4 pixels for green, 4 pixels for blue, blah blah blah. And whenever you are making the actual model, then this part of UV is gonna be assigned to this part of a texture. Yep. All the polygon stuff will do exactly this. So it's pretty much it's very time consuming, sadly enough. Maybe there is a way to automate it, but I kind of doubt that because this is gonna be always relevant to a specific models. So I'm afraid that's gonna be something you have to do by hand. But it basically means take the UV map and tell it exactly which part of the texture that you are using should be used. So you start by having a texture that has some RGB, or let's say few blocks of colors that you want to use, and then each part of the model that's using this UVs is gonna be using this part of the texture. Very time consuming, very annoying to do, but that's basically how you go about it. Okay. So, what I am doing here, I have my polygon here, yeah, my obsidian, which is what I have completely switched to as my tools making, not tool making, node making tool. We are gonna be working on print strings again. So basically, I'm working on a plugin that should make debugging in Unreal much easier. So like the first thing that we are starting with here is improving our print string quite a bit. Starman, thank you, makes sense. No worries, man. Good luck with it. So I have here some texture utility that's probably no, I'm gonna have to rewrite it because I need to make the base class in C++. But what we can do here, what we can see here is that if we open something like third person character, instead of a regular print string, we get here a better print string. Talk about naming conventions here. And it's gonna give us quite a better settings than, at least as far as I think, much better settings than regular print string. So what our better print string can do is by default we will have some debug info, so different strings that are automatically appended. So for example here we're gonna just grab our debug info and tell it that this should be a player location. And as a debug, I would like to actually get myself a actor location. If I type? Is my mic taking it? Let me see. No, it's not. Cool, great. Because I'm typing like crazy. Bunnybox, hello there, sir. And if we connect our debug direct in here and press F a few times, we should nicely see that it's printing it with the info about debug correctly set, different color, much better text, etc, etc. So we can of course adjust the key. So if I put here some key, which is gonna be location in this case, in the backend it gets converted into numbers, but we don't really need to worry about that. Anytime I press it now, it's just gonna replace it even though it's changing. So that's good. That's very good. And Navav, hello there. This is my plugin, indeed, the plugin I'm working on. It's gonna be a better debug. That's quite a fancy name and quite arrogantly ambitious name, I suppose. But I do believe it's gonna be better than the regular debugs that we have here. So I wanna probably right from the start have here a bunch of presets. So first thing we're gonna start with is to get here more presets for these settings. So if we open that, you can see that by default, it's gonna tell us whether the settings should be displayed, how long should it display for, default color, and all that, and which category it is. This still needs a little bit of work because you will be able then later enable or disable the whole categories with just this another widget utilities here on the side. You could of course do it always by yourself, but it would be quite nice to have this set up for yourself. Just need to again rewrite this in C++ because I need to include it properly. Michelle, hello there. Did I finish Lost Harmony? No, not even close, I'm afraid. That's gonna take a lot longer to do. Yeah, but the demo is available on Steam now, so if anyone wants to try it, you can try it for free on Steam. If you go on Lost Harmony page, which you should be able to see on, which you should have somewhere in the description, you can just go and try it. So let me just recombine this, and it should directly let me, there we go, show some presets. So for example, we have here a regular print string. That's just if I use it normally. And I'm gonna just get rid of my key for now. And instead of a normal key, I'm gonna put here. Actually, I wanna do it maybe with a different button. It's gonna make it easier. So I got here our F, and we are gonna get a G. Come on. For a better print string with a huge text. I'm gonna eventually have like a global variable with the utility, and where I can set it globally for all of them. But I want all of them to have individual settings as well. So if we have here a huge settings one and press F, it's a regular setting, press G, you get much bigger text. Okay, that's nice. This is gonna do the job. So let's keep it here. And let's see. I think I'm gonna start by just making a bunch of presets for it. It's gonna be a good start. So let me see. The presets are just stored inside the macro. It's basically just a getter function. Categories I'm just gonna keep on default. I could actually maybe... These things could be actually exposed directly, right? But how many of them do we want to expose right away? The debug type is gonna change a lot, so I'm just gonna keep it. I guess we can just by default expose color and this. No, let's just do color for now. So now you will be able to clearly just call this. Okay, it's gonna make it fairly easy. And let's see, what are some presets that you think would be useful, guys? What could be useful to have? So basically we have something for a display time, and we probably want to have something that displays for long. So let's do, okay, we have huge text, we're gonna have a small text. So this is gonna be, instead of our text size, we're gonna set it back to 1. I just wanna have them here nicely prepared. Oh, but we got here messed up default. So Default we can keep on red, so the same thing as I have a default here, which I'm just gonna steal. Is it just 100? Yeah, okay. I had my suspicion, that's what I put there, but I... So let's just make sure that our default for this is gonna be 100. There we go. Alright. Let me see if I can pull up here on the side. Oh, okay, I can see everything nicely. Alright, other than that, I know I haven't been streaming for a while, which is purely on me, sadly enough. I've been very busy with other work, I'm afraid. But how are you guys doing? Anything interesting you wanna share? I am 1 year. Well, literally, like I have just one exposed here. That's for you. Okay, let me get this one as a 1, 2, and 3, and we can probably do here another one. So they will be all exposing the same information. I just wanna make sure I can try it with different variants. So we have few different presets. So the first one is gonna be just default. We don't wanna change anything. This is what it looks like when you just use better print string. Got some nice append directly, all good. This is gonna be with our small text, and I did not change the default for a small text apparently. All right, small text, huge text, and for fourth, do we have anything for fourth one yet? Let's just see those first three, just so we see the contrast. So we have our default, small text, huge text. Okay. I'm thinking, you know what? The default for just 2 seconds is actually not that nice. I don't think I like it. Let me leave default for like 5 seconds. Am I defining the default in the util? I don't think so. Nah, should be good. Should be good. By the way, guys, I can share something. Just working on some VR stuff. Cool. Very cool. Anything interesting you wanna share? Like, what kind of VR game are you working on? I'm not sure if you mentioned it before, because I don't remember. So hopefully, hopefully you didn't, so I don't fail in it remembering it. Okay, we got this. And we can just save this and restart this whole thing. So I just tried Codium. By the way, guys, if you are more used to C++, this is a new assistant that looks pretty cool. I have just started testing it today, so far it looks very cool. We will see. We will see how it goes. But although already directly has access to your code base, it should not be able to share all your data like other code assistants do, and it directly lets you influence work with different functions. So let's say we can ask it to explain this function, and it's maybe gonna be even able to do that. Let's see. Which takes debug information. Yep, get some inputs, and if the second if the settings indicate that the display should that the message should be displayed, it constructs a display string, converts the color, and adds on-screen debug. It adds on-screen debug message and locks the message. It does. Should be really